it's a little bit of relief, just knowing, how much has gone into this, starting back in June when we got most of the team together. But even then, obviously just the amount of guys that we added and then also didn't have, with Rienk and Casey, and just kind of all the struggles we went through over the course of this season. And just, obviously like the heartbreak losses we had that were games that we really just kind of pissed away. But yeah, it's kind of a short-lived moment where it's like, feels good to, see it officially there, even though we've known for the better part of 2 weeks now that we were most likely in. But, now it's just like, okay, how do we get ready? But definitely, a bit gratifying just seeing it there.
For either of you, talk about having the same approach every game. What's the challenge of staying level, staying, keeping that same approach, not getting caught up in the moment on that stage like the tournament?
It's definitely a high-stakes game that we're going into. This past weekend was some high-stakes game, and feel like we've played a lot of must-win games throughout this season, especially this last month. So just sticking with what we know, sticking with the same preparations, the same type of recipe for how we prepare, and I think that will help us kind of keep us level-headed and take away some of the nerves. But obviously, if you're not nervous / excited for this game, then this is a great stage, great opportunity.
Yeah, obviously at this time of year, there's no slouches left. Even like those low 16, 15, 14 seeds that, really had to get out the mud out of their conference tournaments, they show that they can win consistently, in the biggest moments and pull it out. And just, even with, like yesterday yesterday, NC State beat North Carolina for their 5th game in 5 days, and I think they made it in as like an 11 seed or something, 11 seed or 12 seed. And it's like, that's supposed to be the bad team that just beat, a genuinely pretty fresh North Carolina team on its 5th day. And so, there's really no days or any kind of, you can't underestimate anybody. And, it is do or die. And so, everyone's going to be excited and everyone's going to be, ready to go for these next few days leading up to A&M.
Fred said he was in his room watching it and got a little emotional. Could you tell how much this meant to him? He's built this up for 5 years to try to get to this point.
Yeah, obviously with me, it's like my first year back, but just, being from the city, every time I come back and, just following the team, you just see a lot of stuff online, talking about the program and, Coach Hoiberg. And I know just, how challenging it's been for him to try to figure it out and just deal with not always the nicest things said about, him or the team. And so for him to finally get, the right pieces to kind of play and do the things that, he's wanted and, do it the right way, I just know how much that means to him to finally have some bit of kind of relief with the amount of time and investment he's put into this.
Yeah, you could definitely see it, touched him. He's been here, he's invested a lot of time and effort into this program, and to finally see it pay off, I'm sure that's an amazing feeling for him. He's a very even keel person. You don't see that many emotions up or down with him, which is something that has definitely helped us throughout this season, but you could definitely see today that it meant a lot to him. So that's pretty cool.
The fan base is pretty fired up about your guys' matchup, just considering your athletic directors now at that school. Does that mean anything to you guys?
Well, we're not playing the athletic director. We're playing the men's basketball team.
Yeah.
That's what we'll be focused on, and I know for the fans that this will mean a little bit extra. But yeah, like I said, we're not playing the athletic director. We're playing the team. We're playing those guys, and that's what we'll be focused on.
Yeah. Trev was. Obviously we don't deal with anything behind the scenes, outside of the court. But he was always good to us, any interaction we had, and I was a part of the SAC group or whatever, the advisory committee, and he was always a genuine good dude, and so there's no ill will with us players, and I know that the fan base obviously has very different feelings to that, but we're just trying to approach this as just another matchup, and we got to take care of business.
Won't let it be a distraction.
Yeah.
Distractions. Let's
Just
not
focus on
let
ball.
that influence us. Just exactly. Focus on ball.
What do you guys
I personally don't know a whole lot. I've seen some games in the past from them, but this year I've not really followed them that much. Obviously, once you know you're playing, you're hearing some stuff about how well they rebound, but also how they're not very good at defending the three, which is one of our strengths. So I feel like it's a game of who can play better towards their strengths and who can adjust and mitigate the other team's strengths. And we'll definitely do a whole lot of rebounding drills this upcoming week. I know that's been some of our struggle this season, so we know that and we know how to work on it, and we'll hopefully be ready for it.
Yeah.
Josiah, Texas A&M leads the nation in offensive rebounding percentage. You guys just faced Illinois, who was the #1 offensive rebounding team in the Big Ten. How much do you think that will prepare you just for the level of physicality you'll need to bring to match up with them?
You know, it is, I mean, obviously it's very unfortunate the way that unfolded, but it's nice that the last game we played was, you know, a slap in the face, just in terms of, you know, how we got beat. Like, that's going to be fresh in everybody's minds that we lost. We didn't play for a championship today, because we couldn't keep them off the glass. And so it's kind of nice that, you know, the poor outcome has, you know, that kind of flip side to it. And yeah, it's just going to be about, you know, how badly everybody wants it, because there's not a lot of scouting you can do when you know it's just going to be, they're coming, like they're crashing.
Ball goes up, they're coming.
Yeah, like the game's going to be won on the glass. Like, they don't shoot it well from three, but they're going to go get their misses. And so, you know, the coaches can, I don't know, maybe scout their most likely path to the rim. But at the end of the day, it's going to be, you know, man on man, you know, are you going to nut up and get it done?
Josiah, last night Javon was pretty hurt that he couldn't be out there due to fouling out.
Yeah.
How is his leadership going to be, and then also NCAA tournament experience going to play a role next week?
You know, Juan always does a great job for us, just setting that tone on the glass, and just, you know, on that defensive end overall. And, you know, obviously, you know, you got to see it, you know, just emotionally, just how much he cares and, you know, wants to be there for us. And so, you know, just kind of knowing that, having that poise and, you know, that experience playing, you know, obviously in a completely different venue than we've been anywhere close to today or this year, you know, against a team we've never played against. You know, it's definitely something that we'll be able to rely on. And, you know, he always does a good job just sharing his thoughts, whether it's in the timeout or halftime. And so, you know, I know guys will be looking to him for some leadership in that aspect.
Great coach said that you're an easy team to cheer for. What do
Yeah.
you think you mean by that?
I think we have a lot of guys with good character that play the right way and want to share the ball. We've definitely shown that we got guys that are unselfish, and I feel like, I mean, I love teams that share the ball and make the extra pass and want to play for each other and win together. And this is for sure a team that does that really, really well. And with Casey, I mean, Casey is electric, so a lot of people will be cheering for him, and this team in general, I mean, it's a lot of fun to watch.